Hi, good morning everyone. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about Charlotte Beers at the Obley and Matthews Company, an analysis of her leadership over the company using various frameworks to report what went right, advantages, what went wrong, what could improve, and recommendations. Obley and Matthews is an advertising agency, but due to the technology and globalization, they face many problems. Charlotte was the first woman named president of American Advertising Association and named in 1992 CEO of Obley and Matthews, taking over a company that had an imminent failure to return to be the successful advertising agency that existed when David Obley was CEO. Explaining first what leadership is a relation of influence between leaders and followers who want to achieve real changes and results that reflect their shared purposes. Charlotte, she was the perfect, strange leader, as she was a transformational, getting involved with the customers and the clients, trying to understand them, and getting involved as well all the employees of the company. Among the changes on the drivers that Charlotte has promoted for the betterment of the company, we're going to divide it in externals and internal drivers or challenges. First of all, the external drivers. The first one, customer service, it was declining, and the company lost the importance in the clients. The main idea of the client about the workers was that they were really distant, without care, and reserved, dealing with them. The second one, the vision, were lost at first since they did not have clear objectives, which motivate them and did not have a level of conformity. The slow globalization, it was a challenge for Charlotte that seems to improve the great lack of communication between the departments around the world and the globalization of her brand. Fourth, to open the new challenge and to collect again all the lost contact that she had internationally. The internal challenges and drivers that the company had was firstly the structure. There was that the company was really vertical and hierarchical, where it did not give a clear communication between the departments. Secondly, there was a clear dismotivation on the part of all the workers without seeing a possibility of enhancing the company. And the last one, the lack of leaders, that they opt for a conformity without opting for any kind of change and abandoning all the hopes. Now we're gonna talk in this slide about the main objectives that Charlotte wanted to have. The first one was motivation and improvement in general of the company with the clients and the customers. The second one, the problems with the main vision, that she wanted to understand the customers and their demands. That would be a main difference against the competitors. The third one is active the access, or we could say as well to reactive the access that David left in the company. But the competitive advantages that were really important, such as the creativity, line of the office around the world, or international clients. And the last one, and the most important ones, the goals of the objective, it was the brand. That she wanted to understand the complexity of managing and uniting the relationship between the customers and the products offered. She created finally brand stewardship to understand that requirement for the clients. Next, we are gonna talk about the strengths of the company. we're gonna base the strengths into friends structure and human resources. Based on the structure framework, thanks to all the meetings that CEO organized and the teamwork and the work as a teamwork and groups, they came out with three important strategies: client security, better work and more frequent, and final discipline. Later on as well, she got to coordinate many executive and delegate her leadership to other leaders or to other employees, such as Rob Grid, who proposed a first conceptual framework. Thanks to the grouping in different teams, they managed to reach the main vision of the company. Based on the human framework, the Charlotte's strength was to to hire the right people and make them believe in the main idea. The perfect and the main motto that they had was the agency most valued for by those who most value the brand. She left a space for her workers and made them to feel like they have an autonomy and participation, allowing them to get more involved with the objectives of the company. Now in this slide we're going to talk about the weaknesses and what she did wrong. Based on the structural framework, the company structure was very weak and disorganized. The vertical coordination of the company on the highest level, controlling and consolidating through rules and policies, and that was like really restricted policy for the company. Charlotte, in the beginning, she was as well very vertical approach, and it wasn't really appropriate for this company. Later on, the perspective between the department, it was really disorganized, and there was a lack of understanding between the senior executives and the lower departments. Regarding the human resources frame and their weaknesses, there was a lack of confidence and trust, without any motivation from the employees and without any clear strategies. Workers, they were very receptive to the change, and they were really close-minded in terms of new objectives and motivation. Later on, with the communication and interpersonal relation, there was a huge lack, because there was like no communication at all with the departments, with the higher directors, executives, and there was a misinformation, and they couldn't understand each other between the departments and between all the people, even though as well on the worldwide with the other departments, that most of them they were working individually. The main result of the change was the creation of brand stewardship, right, which finally understood customers through the study of the cognitive relationships that could be created between the customer's thoughts and their products, finally coming to have the main vision of the company. Thanks to the teamwork and the participation of all the people in the company, they had a great progress and made the situation of the company improve, working as a unified company. The restructuring of the company towards a more horizontal and less hierarchical organization was a great advance for the operation of the internal company and the unions, with the other local stores divided around the world. That was the main result that she got in the company. Some recommendations that I will impose in the company will be to create a group, the department, leading the challenges, organizing all the objectives, and planning the future. Another one will be to improve the communication between departments through the technology, using, for example, Zoom or another platform to get the communication between all the shops and departments around the world. And the last one, it will be new strategies focusing on the vision to attract more clients and companies on international level to create a unique competitive advantage. Thank you very much and have a good evening.